So, scene 5, or scene 4, is a short scene, but unlike that other short scene with when Duncan arrives at the castle, this one actually has a purpose. So this one often gets cut out of productions. It has a purpose of letting the audience know kind of everything that people in the world are going through and feeling, but it also just serves like a stage purpose where this lets them reset for all the main characters, because there's no main characters in this section. But here we go. We are with Ross, who's one of the Thanes, and then an old man, just some old man.
70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled for my noise.
Okay, so those opening lines, you've heard something similar to that. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So score is 20. So 7 years ago, that's 87. 4 times 20, and then 7, 87. 10. 3 times 20 is 60, and 10, 70. I'm 70. And of all of that time, I've seen hours dreadful and things strange. I've seen some weird stuff. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings. Yeah, I've seen a lot in my day, but this night has made everything seem insignificant. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act threatens his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the travelling lamp. Is't night's predominance, or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it?
So remember we mentioned the reflection of nature in the actions of man, especially high-ranking men. So thou seest, you see the heavens are troubled with man's act. Threatens this bloody stage. By the clock, 'tis day, yet it seems like it's night. So it's day. It's like afternoon or something like that. But it's physically dark out. So it's like nature is protesting against things that humans have done.
Unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
Alright. 'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. Yeah, the sun being the way it is, or the sky being the way it is unnatural. On last Tuesday, there's a syntax. I guess he saw it, someone told him, that a falcon was killed by a mousing owl, a small mousing owl. So, it's like this beautiful, powerful bird was killed by this smaller, weaker bird. Meaning something unnatural happened, but also this is, I guess, an allegory of the Macbeth. Macbeth is the mousing owl who killed the falcon. He's the lesser that killed the greater. And then Ross is going to give more examples of what's going on.
Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain. Beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke the stalls, flung out contending gainst obedience, as they would make war with mankind.
So Duncan's horses, the king's horses, they were beauteous and swift, minions of the race. They were like the perfect horses, the best horses. They were crazy, broke out their stores, flung out, made war with mankind. Now the old man will say, "'Tis said, it is said, they eat each other." So they became like horse cannibals. Yeah, something crazy is going on.
Said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon.
I saw it with my own eyes. This weird, crazy, terrible stuff.
Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why,
How goes the world, sir? I guess just a way of saying, what's going on?
see you not
Is't known who did this more than bloody deed?
those that Macbeth hath slain?
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's 2 sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Okay, so they're talking about what's going on in the kingdom. 'Tis known who did this bloody deed. Those that Macbeth had slain, meaning the guards. Why? They were suborned. That means bribed. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's 2 sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them the suspicion of the deed. Hey, right after the murder of the king, they fled. They left. They pieced out. Oh, they're the suspects now. They're the main suspects. So why would they flee if they were innocent? Interesting.
It's nature still. Thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own lives means. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
So against nature still. Oh, so the sons did this. That's even worse against nature. Then it's most likely the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth. The kingship, the sovereignty, will be Macbeth's. It's likely that he'll be the king now.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where
Yeah, he's already gone to this place to be crowned king.
is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmakill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
So, not important to us. This is just a place where Scottish kings used to be buried.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu.
So, these might be a little confusing because there's no verbs here. He just cuts them out, I guess, to meet the meter. Will you to Scone? Will you go? No, cousin, out to Fife. I'll go to Fife. Well, I will thither. I will go thither. Just missing verbs.
Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad, and friends of foes.
Okay. Again, we have a metaphor about robes. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new. Well, things will be done well if the old robes sit easier than the new ones. So robes of a king. Macbeth said, I think, to the witches, why do you dress me in borrowed robes? So we'll see if this king is better or worse than the other king. I'm going home. I'm not going to see him crowned king. I'm going home. And that's it for this act. And this act and this scene. See you next act.